Today, almost all the world is home quarantined. Everybody knows it's all because of an infectious disease. As a biologist, we need to learn deeper this topic. And it just coincided that we will start this quarter with the chapter 10, infectious disease. Let us see which topics chapter 10 include. To go further with the infectious disease, we first need to understand the terms health and disease. Then we will see the types of disease. We'll see how to perform health statistics, and then eventually see the examples of infectious disease, like cholera, malaria, and others. And at the end, we will see the role of antibiotics in treating infectious disease. So let us first start with the topic health and disease. At the end of this topic, you will be able to define the term disease and understand the difference between infectious and non-infectious disease. To have better understanding about disease, first we need to define what health means. Can we say that health is solely about state of body systems? Of course no. Otherwise, an alcoholic or drug abused person with normal functioning body parts can be said healthy. That's why World Health Organization includes all these important components to state the term health. As you can see, it consists of physical well-being, having all the body parts correctly functioning, for which physical exercise and balanced diet or enough sleep are important. Mental well-being, meaning not having any mental illnesses and feeling good about their life. Social well-being, having proper social role or having social basics such as housing. And finally, the absence of disease and their symptoms. The absence of disease. And then what does disease mean? Disease is a malfunction of body or mind which leads away from good health. So it's when body parts are not functioning properly. According to cause, disease can be single cause like malaria caused by parasite Plasmodium, or multifactorial like heart disease caused by several factors like smoking, stress, lack of exercise, or genetics. According to duration, it can be acute or chronic. In acute one, symptoms appear and change or worsen rapidly, and it can be quickly recovered, like heart attack, flu. Chronic ones develop and worsen over an extended period of time. It's continuous, and condition may keep occurring, like in hypertension or asthma. And mainly, disease is divided into two by its acquirement, infectious and non-infectious. Infectious disease can be spread from person to person or animal to people, like in the case of COVID-19. It's also called communicable disease, from the word communicate or contact, and it's caused by parasites and pathogens, like in tuberculosis or HIV. Non-infectious disease, also called non-communicable disease, and it doesn't depend on contact, not caused by pathogens, like in sickle cell anemia, that is genetic disease and don't pass via the contact to other people. Let me give you a quick recap here about the parasite and pathogen difference. As you remember, there are types of heterotrophs like parasites, saprophytes, and parasites are organisms that depend on other organisms for their food, shelter, and other metabolic activities. And pathogens are organisms that cause disease within their host. So not all the parasites are pathogens. As you know, our body mass is by 10% consists of microorganisms that generally do not cause disease. So they are parasites, but not pathogens. And non-infectious disease, like in the case of sickle cell anemia, can be genetic. And here we need to give point to the difference between genetic and hereditary. As far as genetic is not always inherited, like Down syndrome, for example. It's genetic, but do not pass from generation to generation. But in the case of hereditary, It also can be said genetic because it's all about genes that pass from parents to children, like in some types of cancer. So genetic is not always inherited, but inherited it's genetic. At this stage, you should be able to define all these terms: multifactorial, acute, chronic, parasite, pathogens. And here's your homework. Please read carefully topic 10.2 on your own, as it's an extension, and note that questions from it will be also included in the upcoming exam. And also finish the assignment given in Edu page. Last thing to add, while reading topic 10.2, please pay attention to the table 1 on page 155 of the textbook. Thank you for your attention. Stay safe.